Welcome to District Dialogues. My name is Marvin Arrington Jr., Fulton County Commissioner for District 5. District 5 encompasses parts of the new city of South Fulton, Southwest and Southeast Atlanta, East Points, Union City, and College Park. Some of the great landmarks in District 5 include Zoo Atlanta, Fort McPherson, which is now home to Tyler Perry's new movie studio, the Porsche headquarters, Camp Creek Marketplace, and my favorite, the Wolf Creek Amphitheater. During this show, I will share information about organizations, initiatives, and resources in District 5 and throughout Fulton County for areas that I champion. So let's get straight to it. As District Commissioner, I serve as executive sponsor of Arts and Culture in Fulton County, Vice Chair of the Atlanta-Fulton County Recreation Authority, and a member of the Arts Commission for the National Association of Counties, or NACO. As such, I like to share with you arts and culture organizations and programs in Fulton County. Today, please meet Mr. Wyatt Belton, the founder of Movie Maker Mentors, and he is joined by one of his students, Othniel Figaro. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us, Commissioner.
So what gave you the idea to start Movie Maker Mentors?
Believe it or not, I was looking at a program called The First 48, where it's a program where it's just a lot of crime, actually, but a lot of African-American brothers are just like knocking each other off. So I just wanted to have another way to show people that there's other things that you can do out here. That's basically it. That's the bottom line. That's how I came up with the concept.
And why did you choose to train production assistants, and what brought you to the movie industry?
I've been in the movie industry for about 27 years, and somebody gave me that chance to get in. So I wanted to have a program where we train students, just give them like entry-level training for 8 weeks, and then we try to get them positions on movie sets. That's basically why I wanted to do it.
So tell us a little bit more about the program. You said it's 8 weeks. Mm-hmm. What is the average day like on the program? And
sure.
How do you get to be a graduate?
Right. I mean, there's 8 weeks of things that I've learned, and then we bring in speakers from different departments, like locations or like hair and makeup people and things like that. So it's from their perspective. So it's an 8-week training, and then, like I said, after we get to that 8 weeks, we have a graduation and things like that, and then we give students like, Mr. Figaro here an opportunity. He had a great opportunity to work on a movie that just left Georgia. I mean, it's a $7 billion industry, so we got to get out there and get our students some jobs,
I was just reading in the paper the other day, we are number one. We've now passed California as far as movie production.
Absolutely.
So, Othniel, tell us about the program from the student experience.
From my personal experience with MMM and being a graduate, the level of respect and the things that you learn there are very vital to not only my success, but my peers as well. Just being able to see things from a different perspective. You might not have the opportunities that are placed before us. And it's very humbling to know that there are people out here who care for people like me. Not only my age, but also my demographic. And being able to actually set foot on a set and something that I enjoy to do was phenomenal in my growth as a young man and also in my career, because it allowed me to see things from a different perspective. It allowed me to see things from the light of Mr. Belton. I might have never been able to see these things if I hadn't have taken the time to go to the class or, appreciated what he did for me. Certain things that we learn in the class, punctuality, things like the ultimate respect. it doesn't matter what you have going on outside the classroom or what you have going on in your personal life. When you step into this environment, into this facility, it's a level of respect and etiquette that you must maintain, and that's beautiful for growth interpersonally and outside.
So, can you tell us one of the projects that you were able to work on?
Yes, I had an opportunity to cook for Mr. Corey Hawkins. He had an opportunity to come in and visit us and speak to us, and I also got an opportunity to be an assistant to the head chef on Den of Thieves with Mr. Frenchie's Catering.
Well, that sounds
awesome.
great.
It was awesome.
Are there other projects that your students have worked on?
Oh, absolutely. One of our students actually worked on 24 Legacy and was so good that she was asked to come and do Transformers in Detroit. So it's like once you get your foot in the door, that's the main thing. That's the main thing that Movie Maker Mentors is all about, preparation and trying to get them in the door. Once they get in the door, they're not on their own, but it's kind of like a breaking point. They're in, you know? So yeah, 24 Legacy, Den of Thieves, it's a few. The Avengers movie that's coming out pretty soon. I think we got 15 students that's going to be on that. That's good.
And so I understand you don't charge the students anything for the course.
Absolutely not, because everybody can't afford to take a course for like $2,500 or whatever it costs. And different agencies are out there that charge. But I feel like this is my way of giving back to the community that I love so much and giving back to the industry that I love so much.
So how can people find out more about Movie Maker Mentors, whether they want to donate or anything like
Sure.
that?
You can go to www.moviemakermentors.org, www.moviemakermentors.org. And you can register online, but you can also donate. We welcome that because everything so far has been basically out of pocket.
And when does your 8-week course start? Is there a course for the summer?
We actually started a course last week. This will be the second week. And we fill up very quickly. The more people find out about it, the more people want to do it. Everybody wants to get in the movie industry.
Yes, they do. Well, thank you so much for being here today, gentlemen. I'm just so happy to hear about the great work that you're doing and mentoring young people and preparing them for jobs in the movie industry, because you don't have to be in front of the camera. There's a lot of work behind the camera as well.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
When we come back, we'll go to our D5 Spotlight. Stay with us. In our D5 Spotlight, we recognize individuals and organizations that are striving to empower our communities in Fulton County. Our next guest is Elijah Lee, the founder of King's Apron Holistic Foods. Welcome to the show, Mr. Lee.
Thank you, Commissioner.
So what is King's Apron and when was it founded?
King's Apron is a fusion of a couple of different things. I'm a farm-to-table chef, and I'm in school for holistic nutrition. So we fused the cooking with the healing, and we founded ourselves last April, and so it's been about 1 year now.
Well, and what type of lifestyle is, I guess it's the holistic lifestyle that you promote at King's Apron? Mm-hmm. What is the holistic lifestyle?
Well, I would say like normally the average person might want to change their diet. Maybe let's just say they have a problem, congestive heart failure, possibly obese. So they would deal with diet, they would deal with food right away. Where holistically, we would look at the vibration of the home, making sure there's no nonsense going on there, right? Because the sickness doesn't only come from the diet, it comes from different areas of life. So holistically is a whole aspect of how you could possibly have gotten to a situation where you are sick. Whereas in a normal doctor, that would be like allopathy, and they would only deal with a certain amount of practice.
Right. And so, what is important as part of being a chef? What are the most important ingredients that you like to work with?
I love to work with vegetables, yeah, because it's sustainable, right? So we start to look at the environment, and for instance, if I was to prepare chicken, we couldn't eat the bones, right? But if I was to prepare a good kale salad, I could actually cut the kale bone down into the salad to where we could eat it all, right? So we talk about low-income communities, we talk about underserved communities, but we're wasting, right? So plant-based, you wouldn't waste hardly anything. Those things that I do waste, I can go right back into compost, which turn right back over into vegetables, and it's a cycle to where it sustains itself.
And why is a plant-based diet or vegetable-based diet good? I mean, other than the sustainability, there are also some health benefits, right?
Totally. I mean, me, myself, I was at about 240 pounds. So I've lost about 70 plus pounds. So, that's one benefit for me. I mean, I was close to obese. So, you only have overweight, obese, then morbidly obese, then deaf. So I was getting really close to where I felt that I'm going to be obese.
Wow.
There's only one step, you know what I mean? So for me, that was something major. But, I mean, it goes into the mind, too. I think that a lot of people think that what you eat is only for the body, but they exclude the mind.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the mind is a big part of the body. So if you eat a little bit better, you might think a little bit better. It's helped me think better.
That's awesome. Now, you said you're a farm-to-table chef. So
Yes.
Tell us exactly what that means. What does that entail?
Well, I do a little farming myself, but I have a lot of farmer friends. So we go to different farms. Coming up soon, we'll be going to like Lithonia Farmers Market. And there'll be a bunch of farmers there vending, and I'll be a chef there. I'll take from the farmers right there on the spot, kind of like Benihana style, and we'll cook it up, and everybody can enjoy it. We'll give out samples. It also helps the farm or the farmers market, the marketing, getting more people out, engaging the community in healthy ways. So yeah.
And what is the number one cause of death in America?
Heart disease. Yeah, it's terrible right now in the black community as well. It's even, of course, higher, and that's usually where I'm doing a lot of the work at. So it's something that I'm working on through plant-based, farm-to-table cuisine. So, for instance, we could do tacos, and we could do a walnut taco. And those walnuts actually help build back up the heart. It wouldn't have that cholesterol, which that ground beef or that turkey might have.
Right.
And now we're lessening those chances of the heart disease kicking in.
Well, definitely is important to eat well and eat good vegetables. So we appreciate what you're doing. What do you offer to residents in Fulton County? What does King's Apron offer to residents in Fulton County? And why would they be interested in finding out more about King's Apron?
Totally. We offer a wide array of services. Just to give you an example, we do like pantry detox. So someone who wants to change their way of eating, but they have all of these things in their pantry that they're used to, accustomed to.
Like me.
Right? So those might be things that are just bad habit, right? But if we push those out, now I'm going to let you push them out, right? But I'll just kind of highlight and say, this should probably go, this should probably go. But then I'll give you some alternatives and say, well, maybe we can add these things in here, here, and here. And now you have that pantry detox, right? Or we might go to the farmer's market and do a tour, go over certain vegetables, fruits, grains, the properties, the health benefits and things like that. We do classes, workshops, tutorials, and we're working on our plant-based cookbook.
Well, you're definitely staying busy. We appreciate all that you're doing and
Thank you.
helping the residents of Fulton County have a sound mind and body.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Commissioner.
And thank you for bringing me my vegan donuts.
That's
as
right.
well.
Smash them down.
And for your help at the Family Fun Day.
Oh, yeah, it was a ball. We had a ball.
Well, thank you so
yeah,
much. It was a great time.
Definitely.
When we come back, our Justice and Public Safety segment. Stay with us. Welcome back to District Dialogues. In addition to serving as an executive sponsor for the arts, I also serve as executive sponsor for Justice and Public Safety and as a member of the NACO Justice and Public Safety Committee. In our Justice and Public Safety segment, we like to share information from our partners that provide resources and information. Please meet Deputy Chief Jack Butler, the Deputy Fire Chief and the Chief Fire Marshal of Fulton County Fire Rescue. Welcome to the show, Deputy Butler.
Thank you for having me here, Commissioner.
It is my pleasure. It's always great to see you.
Yes.
So, what is the primary objective of the Fire Marshal's office?
Well, when you think about the Fire Marshal's office, the first thing we look at is always prevention, preventing things from happening. I feel we serve as the risk managers for our community.
And what are some of the educational programs that are offered through the Fire Marshal's office?
Well, when we look at education, we try to hit every age group. We start out because we feel that our youth in schools, kindergarten through 4th grade, are those that if we reach them, we have an opportunity to change their behavior. But when we look at going into our middle schools, we try to do career programs. Career programs where we go in and career day, talk to them about what we do, trying to get them to look at us as being a possible career later. When we look at our businesses, we do education in all of our business, fire extinguisher classes. We do education for our seniors. So when we look at seniors, one of the things that's significant for seniors is we teach seniors fall prevention. Because one of the most debilitating things for seniors is if they fall, break their hips, very debilitating. So those are some of the programs that we offer.
And tell us about some of the major events that you have coming up this year.
What we do is, one of the things we do, each year we do a fire prevention month, fire prevention week, where we take that week, we do a proclamation with you all at the board, and we try to really push fire prevention into the communities. We are always out in the community at events when it comes to HOA meetings and things like that, trying to educate. Those are we're always out there looking for those opportunities to develop relationships with our community. And as always, the results we're looking for are those things that would prevent fires, prevent things from happening.
And is there a role for the fire department in code enforcement?
Well, when we look at code enforcement and fire code development, when you think about those tragic things that have happened in our history and that have were produced by fires, lessons was learned from those. Right. As a fire department, we work every year with the International Code Council to look at how we can develop future codes that are going to be about making our lives safer.
Well, definitely important to keep everyone safe from fire. Tell us about annual inspections of commercial and public buildings and why they're so important.
It's important because as humans, we have the tendency to become comfortable with certain things or certain habits, like storing things in a utility closet. It's not meant for stuff to be stored there. Fire happened, you have a fire load, that is not normally there. So what we do is we go into your businesses and we inspect for those things like your sprinkler systems, making sure that they have been inspected so that they're going to operate properly, making sure that exit doors are not closed. So when people need to get out, they can get out. So those annual inspections are important to make sure that a business codes stay up to par.
Well, people update their phone, but they won't update their smoke detectors.
Exactly.
Why should people consider having sprinklers in their homes and offices and buildings? I guess it's probably required in office buildings.
Right. On the commercial side of the house, they're required in most buildings. But when you think about it, in our homes, we have the most important and precious thing to us in our home. A sprinkler system will either put the fire out or hold it in check until the fire department get there 97% of the time. Now, when you think about that, if I can give you that kind of return on anything, you'll be in for it.
Right.
But for some reason, we have a hard time getting builders to implement putting sprinkler system in our home. So as homeowners, we really need to consider that when we look at the future of code development in this country. Can we make that turn to where we're going to protect that which is most important to us? Putting sprinkler systems in the home is that thing.
Yeah, I guess you're right. A lot more worried about a fire in the house than at work. What are some of the duties for firemen when investigating a fire?
Well, when you think about the investigation part of a fire, we're looking for two things predominantly. We're looking at the cause of it, and we're looking at where did it originate from. When you figure those two things out, then you can start putting a puzzle together that would oftentimes lead you to what the source of the fire was. But the two things that you're looking at is what caused it and where was the origin of it. And if you can look at the origin, there was an electrical socket in the corner. You can say, well, that was a heat source. It may have been caused by that heat source. And you have to go off facts. It's no different than any other investigation. If you can put facts to it, those two things, you can generally solve the problem.
Well, and tell us about your role as deputy fire chief. I guess that's in addition to fire marshal and the other hats that you wear.
Right. As deputy fire chief, we have two, one on the operations side and one on the administrative side of things when it comes to budgeting and logistics, purchasing different things. So we have, that's the side that I work on. I work from the deputy side on the administrative side. Like I said, we lost our fire marshal position, about 4 years or so ago. So because I had come up through the ranks as the fire marshal, that position was consolidated under me as well. So now I focus on that as well.
Well, we thank you for all of your service to Fulton County, and we appreciate everything that you do in helping keep us safe in Fulton County.
Well, I thank you, and I thank the citizens of Fulton County because I've been doing this for 30 years, and I have never had a boring day. My passion is in people and serving them, and for me, this has been, a great run of 30 years, and looking forward to continuing it.
Awesome. Well, thank you again.
Yes, sir.
As we conclude today's show, I'd like to invite you to stay connected with my office. You can reach us by phone, email, website, or through social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks for watching District Dialogues. We'll see you next time.